Hello guys, as promised, I'm going to be doing these once every other month EDC updates. Once again, I'm not changing things up too fast that I really feel like I need to do one every single month. But I do think I have some interesting stuff to share, and this is kind of overall what I have for my EDC for July with the stuff that I always have. Of course, this is the HTC One M9. Probably should have done that. Hopefully you guys didn't see any of those notifications. They're nothing major though. But HTC One M9 still going to be used for a long time. Really great phone. I've never really wanted to replace it. It's really fast, has a really powerful processor, and is just overall a really great phone. Of course, it is also in its OtterBox Defender in this awesome white and gunmetal gray. You guys can notice this theme. If you ever look at my EDC pictures, you'll really notice a theme here. I like black, gunmetal gray, and white. You guys can notice the same thing with the glasses, same thing with the knife. I don't have all my gunmetal gray stuff out here. This is still gray. I'm an overall huge fan of those three colors, especially in an EDC. It makes things maybe look a little bit more bland. I've noticed in some of my EDC pictures it's really bland, so I kind of like throw in this knife and it's like spice. But that's beside the point. Once again, same old knife, Sebenza 21 in Singo grind. Not really going to change this thing. It's just too good to change. And maybe one day when I have more money, I'll get another high-end folder. But till then, I'm going to keep rocking this Sebenza. It's been a great knife for me. Really awesome and handy knife to have when I just do all my business stuff. I use it a lot for getting boxes prepared for shipping. It serves its purposes very well. Next thing, I think I've shown this in another EDC. Honestly, this business has been like making my mind so like forgetful. I can't even remember what my other EDCs were, but I'm pretty sure this has been in here. Anyways, it's an SE3. It is modified. I keep forgetting. I always forget. This is technically modified here, where they have this smoothed over. That is technically modified, but it's just pretty much a normal SE3, full green with orange. I was actually able to get this on a really good discount, and it's been an awesome knife. And I swear every time I pull it out of the EDC rotation, or rather like pull it out of the drawer for EDC rotation, and I haven't carried it for like a month or two, I really fall back in love with it. Its ergos are just so great. It's really, in my opinion, one of the most perfect knives for everyday carry for neck knives, just because it lays so flat. I think I've talked about this before, but you know, it's so low profile that when you carry it under a thin shirt, it does not print really that much, and you still have a lot of knife under there. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I don't think I've shown this one on anything. It's a little bit dirty itself, but good old Paramilitary 2. I've carried this and had this forever. It's one of my favorite knives to have. It does have a very thin tip, but I really do like that. Generally, this is a secondary folder, so it doesn't get as much use as the Sebenza, but it's still in the rotation for this month, and it's really awesome. Next thing is, of course, the Victorinox Classic SD. I always carry this on me, like I've said many times, primarily just for the scissors. I think I mentioned this last EDC, or maybe it was the EDC before that. I have been thinking about just switching over to the Stylus Pro, but being in some working conditions, especially in mechanical positions where you need to actually like look into dark areas, having that full beam is really nice, and so I have not swapped back to the Stylus Pro, but I very well may in the next update. And of course, the Zippo. This thing does have fuel in it. It doesn't really want to show itself because we're out here, and despite what they say, they are not very windproof. But I've been using this a lot from the Paracord, so this thing pretty much, or to finish all the Paracord bracelets, so this thing pretty much always has fuel in it now. So the few new additions, I do think this was a new addition to the EDC update as well, but I've had it forever. Something I don't generally talk about is the Oakleys, and these are just Oakley radar locks. I don't want to show the other side of this and like show you guys the camera, but these are just normal Oakley radar locks, once again in this gunmetal gray, as you guys can see here, and white and black. I've been using these a lot since it's summertime now, and I really love the radar locks. I have actually quite a bit of story on how I ended up getting or coming to the radar locks instead of choosing something else. I originally wanted, I think it's the switch locks. I can't even remember its name, but it's something along those lines, and that's what I originally wanted, but that's another story if you guys are interested. It's not too interesting, but it is certainly a story. Then, of course, I always wear a couple of my bracelets to show off my work and to help spread awareness about my company. This is the Cobra Fire, I believe. This is just a normal Cobra with two extra strands in there, or weaves, to make it look a lot different, and it's a really nice weave. And then, of course, the classic Sanctified. New edition. I know I haven't been much for showing wallets, and that's because for the past few times I've just had the regular, normal, very boring, or not Columbia, but Carhartt wallet. It's just black, it's plain. I had it for so many years, but I decided to finally trade it out for this Columbia Slim wallet. I really like it. Of course, I can't show you the other side, but it's really awesome. I'm loving having a really slimmed down wallet that's not tri-fold or bifold. Personally, I really dislike any kind of folding wallets because I always find it a little bit frustrating when you're trying to pull out money, or especially change, having all these different pockets. For me, it's personally very annoying, and so I just finally went over to this slim Columbia wallet. It's been working really great for me, and definitely so happy that I made this switch over to this dislike folding wallets. Anyways, guys, that has been the update for what I carry. I'm gonna put these back in here, and yeah, once again, I will be doing these every other month, so that means next time is September, and that will probably be changing quite a bit from this, just for the fact that I'm going to be going into hunting mode. September means hunting, and so I will be in full hunting mode, so expect to see more hunting-esque knives. I have no idea if I'm going to be hunting. I really hope I can, for the fact that now I actually have a GoPro to record my hunting. That's what happened last year. I think I might have went into this a little bit, but I did take out my Contour Roam last year and ended up losing it in one of the lakes that I went duck hunting right next to. And once again, that's a completely another story, and why I dislike Contour Roam and why I went to GoPro and haven't looked back. Yeah, so I tried last year to get you guys some hunting film or footage, but I really couldn't manage to do it with the DSLR, what I'm using right now, because all my hunts were solo hunts last year, except for my dog was with me a few times. But other than that, there was no other person with me, so I would have had to sell film, and the DSLR is not very easy to sell film with. So hopefully this year I can get back into the woods with the GoPro, and the GoPro won't fail. And anyways, guys, that's kind of gonna be a quick update on other things. I have been trying to work and trying to find pilots and stuff. It's just a lot harder than it seems to find pilots and go on fun adventures. I'm trying to do it, and once again, I will upload anything that I can for adventures. So guys, that's pretty much the update for the channel and the everyday carry update, and I'm out.